Let me focus one by one on each issue. The first issue I want to take up, Supriya Shrineth, is of OBC reservations. Because the Congress party, when it was in power, never called for OBC reservations. Sonia Gandhi very clearly said that you don't need OBC reservations within women's quota. If you want to give OBC women seats, please go and give them. Now Mrs. Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are saying, we want an OBC quota. What has changed?
Yeah, so before I answer the direct question, I think I would first want to congratulate all the other three panelists who are women, and I hope we'll see many more women in Indian polity. Because as a professional myself, I thought politics was the best way to bring about change, and I think half the country's population was waiting for something like this for over 12 years after it was first passed by the Rajya Sabha. Now let's understand what has happened, and without deflecting away from your question, which I have a direct answer to, and I will come to that, I want to emphasize here, women will have to wait not up until 2029 like we thought yesterday. Women will actually have to end up waiting up until 2039. And I will tell you why. Ministers in this government, the female minister who was talking, her colleagues from Parliament have all said and have all cited Article 82 and Article 83 subsection 1 of the Constitution, which clearly says that delimitation can happen after the census of 2031, which means if census happens by 2033, there will be 1.5, 2 years for the delimitation commission. 2034 election is gone. It's only in 39 will Indian women get the 33% reservation that they have been waiting for. So it's a long wait of 16 years. Why has the government made reservation incumbent upon delimitation and census is an idea that fails me. I don't understand why have they done that. They could have just done 33% reservation. I think things be said this. The second important point, and I think that's a point my leadership did make on the OBC quota. In 2010, when the bill was first passed by the Rajya Sabha, a lot of water has flown under the bridge, Rajdeep. Today, income inequality is staring us in the face, and the worst affected are the marginalized communities, are the OBCs, are the SCs, are the STs. And I think political stance has to reflect with the situation and the clamor from the ground. There is a huge clamor from the ground for OBC caste census. And the government just doesn't seem to want to do it.
Ma'am, with due regard, Supriya Shrineth, with due regard, ma'am, with due regard, ma'am, with due regard, this clamor was there even 15 years ago. The fact was the Congress at that time appeared to be behind the times. Now you've recognized that OBCs matter.
No. So I think if we were behind time, then we are seeing the reality now. If there is a clamor for OBC reservation, who are we to deny them that? And I think political parties who are sensitive have to be agile and have to work with the realities on the ground. The whole COVID situation or the whole economic mismanagement or the mispolicies fired by the BJP have impacted the marginalized sections the most, OBCs included. And look at the income inequality. Look at their levels of education. Look at their levels of nutrition. Look at their levels of empowerment. It's baffling for me to believe that this government boasts of OBC MPs, but the condition of OBCs has worsened. And I think it's only fair. We have seen the writing on the wall, and the writing on the wall is that there is a clamor for caste census. People in this country want caste census. Who are we to deny them? Okay. And who are we to act as hurdles? And which is why women from the OBC should also get reservation. It's a reality of our times.
Let me also tell our viewers that one of the realities is the Prime Minister is on OBC. This government has 29% of its ministers as OBCs. The BJP has more than 112 MPs who are OBCs. So if there's one party that has been ahead of the curve on OBCs, it is the BJP. I'm putting down some of those numbers. But Shweta Shalini, if these are the numbers, why doesn't the BJP...
You're wrong there. How are they ahead on the curve? They have not even done a caste census that was long overdue. How are they ahead on the curve?
They are ahead of the curve.
Don't make these sweeping statements.
No, 1 minute, ma'am. They are ahead of the curve in terms of political representation for OBC.
Just because Prime Minister is OBC means all OBCs are absolved of everything. Come on, Rajdeep. What has this government done on caste census? They have now been in governance for nearly 10 years. Okay. It's a straight question we are asking.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm putting
Mr.
down...
Gandhi,
just a minute. You've been an anchor yourself.
India serve this government.
You've been an anchor yourself. Allow me to explain to the viewers why I said what I said. It's important. The OBC vote for the BJP has been very high. The Prime Minister is on OBC. 29% of the ministers in this government are OBC. More than 110 BJP MPs out of 303 are OBC. So the one thing that is very clear is the BJP has been able to build an OBC vote bank for itself. Now, Supriya Shrinate says, what about the caste census? Rahul Gandhi raised the issue, Shweta Shalini, that it's all very well to have women's reservation. The Congress supports it, but the Congress says OBC reservation. And while you have OBC reservation, give us a caste census so this country knows what is the percentage of OBCs in this country. Various figures are being thrown. Why is the government reluctant to have a caste census? Women's reservation is to switch the narrative from what the opposition wants, which is a caste census, so every Indian knows which caste has how much representation, and government schemes can then be targeted at them.
Great. Rajdeep, first and foremost, big congratulations to you and your entire panel today. I'm so glad that at least Supriya ji started on this positive note of congratulating the women of the country, because yes, this special session has been indeed special for women, and you, Rajdeep, have been a big supporter of women. Your wife is an empowered woman. Having said that, I'm also sorry, I apologize on behalf of Supriya ji. She just snapped at you badly, because I understand that this irritation comes from the credit that the bill has given to BJP, because they tried, they couldn't get the support of their partners then, and failed miserably.
Speak
and
for
now,
yourself, please.
Modi ji
you don't need to apologize or say anything on my behalf.
Modi ji has done what
Supriya ji,
is
she did not intervene
unimaginable.
with you. Yeah, go ahead, Shweta.
Yes, coming to your question, Rajdeep, I think like Supriya ji, I'm sure she did not hear what Amit Bhai said. Their leader also was absent. He asked those questions and ran away. This is exactly what Congress does. So definitely she would not have heard that Amit Bhai, the Home Minister, practically said that delimitation and all the necessary census requirements will be fulfilled immediately after the elections of 2024. And hence we will, there's absolutely no stone which is going to be
So it's a post-dated check.
to ensure
No, Shweta
that
Shalini,
implementation
Shweta Shalini
will
with
happen
you.
in 2029.
Ma'am, just a minute. Ma'am, just a minute.
Years, Rajdeep.
No, so with
We
due
have
regard,
waited
it's a
27
post-dated
years,
check.
Not 11 years. 27 years women have waited in this country for this right that they have to represent the unrepresented.
The women of this country, with due regard, ma'am, still do not know which is that election when this law will be implemented. There's still confusion. Will it be 2029? Will it be later?
Didn't you hear the Home Minister say that 2029 we will leave no stone unturned to ensure that it gets implemented? And yes, it is going to take that much amount of time.
Okay.
Can I
But
please come in?
Yes, yeah, very quickly, yes, Supriya Shrinate, respond to that. According to the Home Minister of the country, he did say that he hopes that it will be done by 2029.
So there are two things that I have to say. Firstly, don't lie through your teeth, just like your colleagues in parliament do. Smriti Irani should have read the draft bill that was presented and passed by the Rajya Sabha before she was lying through her teeth in parliament about SC/ST women quota expiring before 15 years. She was caught lying. You are also caught lying. Rahul Gandhi was very much there while Amit Shah ji spoke, the Home Minister. So don't lie. And you don't have to speak on my behalf and apologize and all that. Let's all talk about ourselves. We are all empowered women here. On a day like today, let's not take pot shots at each other and try and disempower people. There is one simple thing that I'm asking. From your leader Uma Bharti to multiple other OBC leaders in the BJP who have come on record and say there should be quota reservation for OBC women. Are you going to deny OBC women this opportunity? And you cannot run away with the fact just because the Prime Minister is OBC, OBC women should not have that reservation.